Okay, so I want to do Miss Letitia James. This is the Attorney General that's coming in for the state of New York, the one who will be investigating the Trump Foundation. She was like she has a great resume. She was city council, and she was state assembly. She was assistant AG. But she is the first woman and first black woman, I think first African American period, to be elected to the AG of New York. Barbara, what was her name? Barbara Underwood. She was appointed after Eric Schneiderman got out because of sexual misconduct. And so then after Barbara was done, because she just took over, she was appointed, she wasn't elected. Letitia James was elected. So she was the first African American and the first woman to be elected. And so I just want to know what will become of her investigation into the Trump Foundation. Because his kids are all wrapped up in that, and he's wrapped up in that, and we can pretty much, like they said with the portrait, when he bought a portrait of himself with charity money. And then they did that little fundraiser where they said, oh, we're going to take this money and give it to veterans. And then they took it and reportedly, allegedly, put it into his campaign. So I want to see what will become of Letitia James' investigation. She is going after the family. All of you. If your last name is Trump, even if you are not related to them, y'all might want to watch your mailboxes because she might be sending out something to you. Interesting. The reason this is interesting to me is because right now, there is no indictments. There is no charges being brought against any of them right now. Just some rumors of investigation. There is some stuff out there that, Dawn and all them have to be, looking out for. But as far as she goes, because she was sworn in January 1st, 2019. But as far as we have right now, we know that none of them have been charged formally with anything. But this does tell me that she is indeed coming after all of you. There is these Six of Cups. It is definitely... Oh, it's the children first. Well, let's keep going. Read the big picture. There's the Empress. There is the Ace of Wands. The Empress is giving me a chastised feeling. Because this is house, this is kids, this is like motherly energy. So I feel as though she's I feel like the looking down upon, like shaking the finger at type of thing. There is Donald Trump, the money man. There is the devil. Every time I draw that card, the devil is not, well, I mean, however you look at it. I don't believe in the devil, as in God and the devil. I don't believe in that. But the energy of the devil is a real thing. Whatever, let me just keep going. No, I have to say it because it's going to bother me unless I do say it. Every time I pull it, I don't think evil. I think sinister. I don't even think what it actually means. It means drugs, alcohol, something that you're chained to, something that you can't get away from, something that abuses you as you abuse it. But whenever I pull this card, I just think sinister. I think, because it does mean greed. So, I mean, that's what I think every time I pull that card for anybody. And then there's the Five of Cups. That is the fear. The environment is the Four of Pentacles. The desire is the Page of Swords. And the Sun is ooh, that is a bad card for you, Donald Trump. The Sun is the Outcome card. Good Lord. All right, let's start. So we have the Ten of Cups, that is the family. More importantly, that is the children. And there is the Six of Cups. This is definitely the kids. There is that chastising energy. There is Barbara and all of her I'm coming to get you because you were wrong. This is the base, because we are asking what's going to come of her investigation. This is not about her. This is about the investigation. There she is, though. Because this card means like love and marriage, pregnancy. That ain't what I got from that. When I picked that card up, all I got was motherly chastising energy. And she's coming for the kids first. I don't know if they're more implicated in that Trump Foundation more than Donald, but she's coming for them first. Or we may just hear about it first, This is new. This investigation is new for her. Naturally, because she just started 2 days ago. There is the money man, that is Donald Trump. Here is the devil. The devil is greed. It is toxic behavior. There's your investigation. Let's look at it that way. There's your investigation. There is the family. There is the kids. And then there is the devil. So with the investigation starting, what she is going to be looking at is the sinister behavior, the greed, the washing money. Where did that money go? She will find out. Because that's all you have to do is follow it. It went somewhere. It has a trail, believe it or not. Even if you think it doesn't, because you think you hit it. And see, this is another thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't do anything. What he does is he gets informed by the people who did it for him. And then he sits back and he says, okay, good job, bad job. That's all he does. And sign his name with an oversized pen. And then go play golf. That's it. Now, he's in the loop as far as the criminality is. He knows what they're doing. He's just not doing it. Michael Cohen would come to him and say, okay, we need to do such and such about Stormy Daniels. Okay, take care of it. That's what he would say. And then he'd come back and tell him what he'd done, and he'd say, okay, how much do you need? That's the sinister behavior that she's looking into. Is, okay, you didn't do it, but you knew what they were doing, and you gave permission, and then when they came back, you said good job or bad job. All you had to do was tell me in the first place. Oh, no. You wanted to lie and cover it up and try to get away with it. No, that's not going to work, because she knows when you're lying. This is why the motherly energy came from this, because she's not a fool. This is not an 18-year-old with, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. She knows what she's doing. She's been on the city council. She's been in the state assembly. She's been a, community organizer. She's done these things. She knows people. Not to mention she's a Libra, so she's naturally balanced. She's naturally good at that type of thing. This is the fear. Right across from the Empress. This is the fear. The Five of Cups is disappointment. Now, what will become of the investigation? Remember, this is not about Trump. He is the crown, and it's not about Letitia. This is the base. It's about the investigation. The fear is that it will not be a productive one. That you will not get what you need to get. Believe it or not, somebody wants to get to the bottom of this. So the fear is the disappointment. The environment of this investigation is an interesting one. The Four of Pentacles is the card of clinging. This is money. So that. And what's crazy? Now, it's right across from the sinister behavior. This is fear of loss. That's what this is. Fear of change. Clinging to the past and clinging to whatever. The sinister behavior that she is investigating has everything in the world to do with not just money, but the keeping and the sinister behavior of that money. This money is being held tight when this is a charity we're talking about. Every dollar that goes in should be going out somewhere. No, look at the person. They're clinging. Why? That's why. It was sinister to begin with. You had absolutely no intention on helping anybody. The Clinton Foundation, you wanted to investigate it. I'm sure there was, or Trump did. Absolutely. Sure. Go ahead. Saudi money didn't pour into it because it was the greatest place on earth and they were just feeling charitable. No. They wanted something, quid pro quo. But at least you can say that the Clinton Foundation did send the money back out. Give me some money from my foundation and we may be able to help you on this trade deal. Okay, fine. And then they took the money and then they helped people around the world. You took the money and bought a portrait of yourself. And then funneled the rest into your campaign. This is the desire. This is usually disappointing news, but it is right across from Donald Trump. Which means that disappointing or delayed news, but which means that what this investigation wants is the truth. And more than the truth, because the truth, I could have just drawn the Ace of Swords if all you wanted was the truth. But you want more than the truth. You want a conviction. You want an end to this in combination. This isn't, believe it or not, Donald, this is not even personal. She's a cerebral person. You, by default, already lose. She knows how to think a lot faster than you do. She has resources that you know nothing about. She has information, I can guarantee you, we're going to keep pulling, but I bet you she has information that you didn't even know she had. And then, as far as the investigation, remember this is not about Donald Trump just yet. This is just about the investigation, which involves him, I understand, but because this is where we started, was the family. So this is definitely centered around them. But this is her confirmation. That in which she is investigating, that is what she is looking for, that she is trying to dig up, she will find. The sun illuminates all. So let's keep looking, because now this is very interesting. I'm more interested in this. Because this is what they want. They want that news that says the Trump Foundation is just as crooked as it wants to be, and here's our proof. There's the underhandedness, there is the sneakiness, there is the strategy. With the 5 of swords. Oh no, that's not the 7. This is the 5. This is theft. This is theft. That, yeah, well, hell, that's what she's looking at. Where are we? Come here. So, oh, then there's Donald, the Emperor. So he probably, well, I say she was going to get the kids first, but maybe she's going to get them first, but you best. Maybe that's how it's going to go. There's the Emperor. There's the Ace of Pentacles. So it is definitely money, and it falls right under you. the theft of the money. You definitely stole it. I mean, that's not really up for debate, I don't really think. But the Wheel of Fortune. And next card is going to tell me whether that wheel is badly expected, which I believe it will be because I'm pretty sure you don't find this a positive experience. There is the Sword of Truth right there. That was the one I thought would come up over here. Nope, it's coming up right there. She is about to get to the absolute bottom, which is why I said this was more interesting to me than almost anything except that Sun card that we pulled. It said that she's going to find what she's looking for. Reason she finds what she's looking for is because it's all there and she has the resources to find it. Disappointing news for you, Donald, because the truth is out there and she will find it. Right under Donald is the Tower card. Tower card is destruction and it all falls down. Right under the money you stole is the Cage. It is the Eight of Swords. You trapped yourself because when you do bad things come back to you. Speaking of coming back, under the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Strength card. So there is absolute, what's the word? There is support for this investigation. So you don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to stopping her. Because it's going to turn. And this is not a good fortune. This is going to turn for her, not for you. She is supported. I figured she would be. Every time I read about you and the Queen of Swords would pop up, that was her. She's got you in her crosshair, sir. Under the Triumph is the Knight of Cups, which is usually a romance card. But for the Knight of Cups, it also means a proposal. It also means travel, but this is her working in tandem with those that you know. It's personal. Not the investigation, but just this. This is going to hit you because the Sword of Truth, the truth and the triumph, is coming to get you and those you know. Underneath you and the Tower is your family. That's self-explanatory. It's Three of Cups. There is no more celebrating. You're all going down. That's why I said your children are first. Look at all three of them standing there. I didn't think Eric was going down like that, but he just might. The Queen of Pentacles is underneath the money and the Eight of Swords. There is a woman that is also, who probably, and I don't know who it is. I think Melania is an earth element, but Ivanka, who is a money woman, so this is probably her, is a water element. This is the Queen of Pentacles and not Cups, but that is probably her. For some reason, I feel as though she is more heavily involved in the Trump Foundation than the boys were. Under the Wheel of Fortune and the strength of the investigation is an offer. Some of you are going to try to make a plea deal. Under the Sword and the Knight of Cups is the King of Cups. Now, here's something interesting. Because like I said before in other videos, I don't have duplicates. Sometimes a reader will put two of every court card in case two people with similar elements pop up. For instance, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer all share the same element. But I don't have three cards that are going to tell me Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. So what will happen sometimes is I will get the Knight and the Page and the King, because there are different people with the same element, just not the same sign. So this could be a Cancer, that could be a Pisces. This could be a Scorpio, that could be a Cancer. So I believe that there are two men working on this case, along with Miss James, that have the information she needs. And that can be public knowledge because, again, you can't really stop that. So what will become of her investigation? Everything. She will get everything she is looking for. Everything she's looking for. Did it to yourself. You shouldn't relish in other people's misfortune, but when it comes to y'all, I think it's okay. Because you have stolen and lied, and you have destroyed literally families. Which I think it was Stephen Miller's immigration thing, but you carried it through. Hell, you're the president. Because Stephen Miller is a hateful bastard, but you are the president. And there are still children in those detention camps that are still separated from their parents because their parents are in Mexico and then they're here. You did that. That's part of your legacy. It's not all because you have a whole bunch of things that are going to tarnish who you are as far as president goes. What will become of this investigation? We will all get to know. That information will be shared. There's some things will be redacted, but eventually will all come out. Good for you, Miss James. Welcome aboard.